Hello, this is the analysis of Nathaniel. A little video here now about Castlevania 2 Lord of the Shadows. This is the official review, and you guys will recognize it because it's one of my games I recently bought. I believe it's a part 3, so yeah, I got it back in October. And I just finished it, just finished the whole game. It's a good, like, 18-hour game, it's a 12 to 18-hour game. It's very long and single player, third person hack and slash. If you're watching this, like, subscribe, share the video. Please share the video. Share the video all over, right? Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe button mark is just down here, people. Just down here, so press on it, please. So Castlevania Lord of the Shadows 2 and 360. I don't have many 360 games. But yeah, it reminds you a lot of God of War. If you played any God of War game, right? It reminds you a lot of it. The perspective, the third person view, the enemy types, how the enemies act, the goons, the bosses. Your main weapon is kind of like a chain or like kind of like some sort of blood whip or something like that. Similar to how Kratos uses the fire blades, so it was very similar. And just I look at the art in the background. But yeah, I review on it. So first I'm gonna start off with positives. So positives, it is great. Like it was good. A great boss fights. That's where it shines the most. The boss fights are great, and it actually implements in the cinematics with it as well. The action cinematics are amazing. The boss fights are great. You gotta dodge, you gotta parry. Parrying I never really I gotta hang on about like in this game. You gotta you can use perks. You can there's a perks that basically give you extra damage. There's perks that makes it so you can use special abilities longer. So you really gotta juggle between these things like while fighting bosses. Some of the bosses are easier. Just like any game, other bosses are harder, much harder, and it takes a time to really adapt to the boss. Following their moves, knowing when they're gonna attack. There's a lot of heavy attacks and area effects. Tons of upgrades, lots of upgrades, and there's a mastery system. So upgrading like a certain skill, you get 3 main weapons, right? The blood whip, the soul blade, and gauntlets, fire gauntlets. So every time you buy a certain upgrade or skill, you have the ability to add mastery points. So yeah, like there's 4 mastery points per every level, per weapon. So yeah, so I believe the max mastery is. Oh, I didn't reach it. Okay, actually I'm not sure, but every time you master it, the weapon, that weapon becomes more powerful. It does more damage. And yeah, so like you really have to use the weapon to upgrade it and master it up. And yeah, there's tons of upgrades like like some sort of twist and turn on the air, extending combos, gain health faster, improve upon jump ability, I believe. So yeah, there's that. But mainly combos, improve upon combos, a block, a tornado, a move. There's many. Trying it now. Again, cinematics amazing. Um, and as well too, like if you like hack and slash games, you'll know that like I said before, it borrows a lot from God of War. Like just that feeling of it being like a God of War game. Santa Monica. I thought Santa Monica made the game. It's almost identical to God of War. How it plays, how the game feels. Everything. The main character is kind of it doesn't really speak much, and yeah, the story wasn't bad, even though I didn't really care about most of the characters in the story until later on in the game. Later on in the game, it gets better on. It gets more suspenseful later on, and you got Satan and yeah, no, the acolytes they have to fight. Even though some of the boss fights were kind of the story of how they fought you was kind of lame in my opinion, because there's one boss, a main boss, where he has to possess somebody in order to fight you. Possess somebody that you like, and it's like, come on, you know. It's kind of lame. Like, fight me, I yourself. Now, tons of upgrades and no fast travel. No, it's going to fast. No, exploration. the exploration in this needs help, right? So because the open world feels bland. It doesn't feel real, you know. It doesn't feel well, not real. It doesn't feel. I didn't give you this sense that okay, go explore the world. You know, like you don't really feel that. You know, there's no sense of exploration. Even though it's there, but it's merely action, adventure, progression, right? So moving from point A to point B, level to level. You know, you're gonna backtrack. You're going. There's three main areas. There's the science. I can't remember the auditorium, and there's downtown. I believe something like that. But you're backtracking. But however, like you're not really. Most of the streets you go to are empty, just filled with demons, and yeah, there's not really. Although I will say the only thing good about the best thing about the exploration is really going back and seeing, finding these, these certain perks. So, no, not perks, like these certain type of special upgrades where if you get four of them every time, they'll actually upgrade your health. Extend your health bar or soul bar or a fire bar. You know, there's secrets throughout the world. But yeah, aside from that, you know, you're not really playing the game. At least for me, I didn't really feel the need to explore. And fast travel is not easy in the game. You gotta go. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of a weird type of fast travel. Most games don't like you just go to a map, press press X, and then go back to a certain location and fast travel there. But however, in this one, it kind of takes a while because you gotta climb up this area. Like you turn to rats in this game as stealth, right? You gotta stealth through tunnels, go through this area, just to fast travel, and then just to enter the dimensional shift with the wolf, and then that's a fast travel. The main thing for fast travel is that you want to go to the shop and buy more perks. Like perks is very important in the game. You want to go to this guy's shop, he's gonna sell you perks, right? Or power ups, basically, or potions. So power ups is very important. Like power ups is gonna give you the ability to regenerate health during a battle. Sorry. You're gonna be taking a lot of damage, right? You're gonna be taking a lot of damage, and you're gonna be dying a lot. I died a lot in this game, so that you wanna get those perks to upgrade to, replenish health. There's other ones where you can use your special abilities unlimited for like 40 seconds, right? That's very useful during a boss fight for extra damage, for icing, the ability to freeze the boss, or ability to projectiles, to use strong projectile. There's another one where there's a time alteration where every time you hit something that thing freezes, right? That thing kind of like it can attack you back, right? So it's very good to have. So perks is probably the most important thing. Like I bought perks more than upgrades. Upgrades, they're there, but the perks are more important because you're gonna die a lot. And the later bosses, like when you die, I get far like into the boss battle. If you die, you gotta do that whole boss battle over again. So you gotta make sure health is like number one. So yeah, the game drags on near the end. You're thinking that are we near the end yet? But it keeps going and going and going. Part of it being like these